Scrolling up to see if there are any doubts. Good afternoon. So everyone, regional development पे बात कर रहे थे. So I had sent you an article. How many of you read that article? What did you gain out of that article? Quickly. कुछ समझ आया नहीं आया क्या चल रहा है? As I said, we need to look at those 33 regions. We need to have some understanding of all those issues. So that is what I would want everyone to think into. Okay. In those 33 regions, everyone, if I may ask you, in the 33 natural regions, which regions are the hilly regions? जल्दी से बताइए, hilly regions कौन से हैं? Yes, I made a short summary. Okay. Yes, Abhishan sir, I've got your summary also. So many people have submitted, but as I said, no, there is a set of students who are doing homework and they're gaining also, and there are many others who are not. So what were the regions? Region was 1, Trans Himalaya, 2nd, this Himalaya, yes, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Can I say that? Can I also say down south, Nilgiri? The Southern Hill Complex will also be there. Yes or no? Southern Hill Complex was there. So these are the Himalayan regions. Okay. 22, 27, some people taking Western Ghat also. So 22, 27. Get that? I'm not going into the center part of it, but when we are talking about hilly regions, yes, you can take that Satpura also. But this is what I'm saying, that these are the regions. Get that? If you want to take Satpuras, you can take something here in the Satpura region also. Satpura region also. Is everyone okay? So everyone, these are the natural regions. Satpura hai Aravalli. So Aravalli is 12. Which one is Satpura? Satpura is 14. 14. So 12, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 14, 22, and 27. Can I say these are hilly regions? What are the problems of hilly regions? What are the problems of hilly regions? So everyone, please write in the center. So now this is a breakthrough exercise. Problems of hilly regions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 14, 27. Someone says, just want to mention, it's been a month since my homework has not been checked. Maybe it has gone down your list if possible. Yes, समझ मैं एक बार देख लूंगा उसको. बहुत बड़ी list आती है, so true. And I keep on sharing some good copies also so that you can compare also, everyone. So make sure you compare also. So Priyank, why railways? Hill में तुम्हें railways की दिक्कत आई है सबसे पहले. Quickly, everyone, what are the problems of the hilly regions? Problems of the hilly regions. I want to see how much can you write. No, do not type. Breakthrough exercise is about you being able to do it on a fresh sheet. Take a fresh sheet, Rohit. In the center, please draw that. Everyone, quickly draw that. Neera says, sir, this is my first class. Should I finish your previous class or continue from here? Neera, we are left with 10 lectures of this course. So you will not be able to, as it is, continue. 50 lecture, 55 तो आप नहीं कर पाओगे. So I have a suggestion for you. This is the name of the Telegram group. Please go to the group. You can join the group by clicking on this link. And on that group, Neera, there is this pinned comment. Pinned comment is for all the beginners, what they should do in what sequence. That will help you. Get that, Neera? New course is starting from 21st September. 21st September से foundation से शुरू हो रहा है. I would suggest that you can join that. Do you get that, Meera? So that will help you because this course only 10 lectures are left. You won't be able to create much value out of it. चलिए बाकी लोग. So are we done with this? Now I see the problems are physical problems. The problems are physical geography problems. What are physical geography problems? Can I say related to lithosphere? Lithosphere, I think relief, topography. Relief and topography is a problem. True. I also see in certain cases tectonic instability a problem. Do you see that? Slope management, how do you have that? Slope modifications is a problem. The slopes which are there, they get modified and all that is creating a lot of problem. Can I say secondary issues of mudslide, landslide, are these problems or not? Naman, I am giving some heading, no? Drainage basin overflow. Why would you do that? I think we are in our 50th lecture. Don't we understand? Arrow बनाने का मतलब ये थोड़ी कि brainstorming is about these arrows, fill them up and feel super confident. Yeah? I think lithosphere is about relief and topography. Adverse relief and topography. The slope is too much. High unevenness, tectonic instability is there. Slope modifications are happening, and secondary issues of mudslide, landslide. These things are there. Lithosphere is creating a problem. Atmosphere is also creating a problem. In atmosphere, very, very clear orographic rainfall creates a problem. Cloud bursts or extreme weather events. I also see in winter the temperature falls down. The temperature seriously falls down, and that is a big problem. The temperature related issues. Yes, I would also say the high pressure variations with altitude, pressure and humidity variations. Everyone have written specific things in this. Yes, when I'm talking about cloud burst, can I talk about Uttarakhand? Can I talk about recent Kashmir region, Amarnath Yatra? Can I say orographic rainfall across the entire Shivalik belt? States there. Can I say winter temperature goes totally frozen, so Kashmir Valley is cut off from rest of India? Yes. Lahore Spiti Valley used to be cut off. Now we are looking at some tunnels which have been created. Say for example, I think Atal Tunnel has connected us to Lahore Spiti. Leh ke liye abhi jo bani hai Jozila. So all those things are things which I see. That is a very, very important thing. I also see at times blizzards coming here, leading to avalanches. Are these problems of hilly areas? And I'm talking about hilly areas also, not just Himalayas. I'm looking at peninsular India also. So there will be different things. Do we get that? Can I talk about hydrosphere? Because of slope, water storage is an issue. Yes or no? Water storage is an issue, so you cannot do that. Surface water storage is an issue. Groundwater is missing, and worst is you can have floods, flash floods rather. True or not? At times, incessant rains. Do we agree? Is it happening in Western Ghats? Is it happening in Southern Hill Complex? So surface water, there is a shortage, the water is not available, groundwater, you're not able to reach that, it is not easy. Floods, flash floods are very, very common. Incessant rain can happen, which can create a huge problem otherwise also. True. Related to biosphere, I think very, very unique and fragile biodiversity. Do you agree? Unique and fragile biodiversity. I particularly feel that soil cover is a part of the biosphere. So biosphere, soil erosion, degradation, big problem over here. Thin skeletal soil. I think the vegetal cover loss is a problem. Do we get that? When I trained you into breakthrough exercise, that did not mean that you have 7 points. Do you get that? Through this, I have captured the physical geography of mountains. Do we agree or not? Yesterday I told you that in welfare geography, a geographer has to be a diagnostician of the problem. Have I created a superset of physical geography related problems in the hilly areas? True or not? If I cannot see that, if I cannot diagnose that, how will I help the planner? Now what the geographer will do, geographer has identified this. What will the geographer do? What should he do? He should go and conduct empirical surveys. Use info and data to come at what? Conclusion. Conclusion is called what? Generalization. ये यहाँ की प्रॉब्लम है. This is the problem of Himachal region. This is the problem of Kashmir region. This is the problem of Southern Hill Complex. Do you understand? I gave you a brainstorming sheet. I definitely gave you a brainstorming sheet, but my intention was to teach you through this sheet which you have made. Now, how many of you feel that you really did this comprehensive work? इतना comprehensive आपने भी किया. And if you did not, do you realize that attending that breakthrough session and feeling that I did few points, that is just tip of the iceberg. अगर सिर्फ इतना सोचेंगे तो गड़बड़ है. 4-5 points, immediately somebody said, like I said, what's the problem? Somebody said, water is the problem. Okay, hydrosphere, huge issues. Surface water is not available, groundwater is not accessible, floods can happen, incessant rain can happen, you can't store much storage does not happen. True or not? I even would like to add that in Himalayan regions, there is a phenomena called GLOF. Yes, what is GLOF? Glacial lake overflow phenomena happens. True or not? So that's what we are talking about. So a lot of things are here which we should have thought. Again, as I said, as we are coming to the end of the course, people who have been doing the course since paper 1, as you come towards the end of the course, please do not carry with you a false notion of preparation. एक sheet है मेरे पास. I don't think so that I have it right now. ये do you remember from my enviromatics class? Something called as IUCN. How many categories? 9 categories. Yes, sir. First category is called extinct. Second category is called extinct in wild. ठीक है अंबुज, ये आप एग्जाम दे चुके हो. अगर आप EW लिख रहे हो तो गड़बड़ है. पहला एक्सटिंक्ट होता है, दूसरा एक्सटिंक्ट इन वाइल्ड होता है. फिर आता है थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ. दिस इज कॉल्ड क्रिटिकली एंडेंजर्ड एंड थ्रेटन्ड. ऐसा सुना आपने? फिर क्या आ जाएगा? वल्नरेबल एंड अदर कैटेगरीज. वल्नरेबल, लीस्ट कंसर्न एंड ऑल दैट. ऐसा कुछ है. These three categories as per IUCN are considered the threatened categories. Critically endangered and threatened. Do we get that? If you are in this extinct, then you are already in the museum. If you are in this category, where are you? You are in the lab. Yes or no? If you are in this vulnerable category, और फिर उसके बाद क्या है? Least concern है. Something of that sort. Yes. So our attempt is that critical endangered, the one which is critically endangered, should not go towards extinction. Yes or no? So what we should do is we should reduce it. It should come to endangered. Yes or no? From endangered, where should it come? To threatened. From threatened to where? Vulnerable. Vulnerable to least concern. Is everyone okay with that? True or not? Now, how does IUCN put them in categories? How does it put them? Any idea? Fifth is vulnerable. Population. देखिए कह रहे हैं फिफ्थ वल्नरेबल, तो फिर थ्रेटेंड कौन सा है? थ्रेटेंड कोई नहीं है. वल्नरेबल एंड नियर थ्रेटेंड. उसके बाद क्या है? नियर थ्रेटेंड. Yes. True or not? So what are these criteria? तो बोला सर 7 है. बेटा 7 नहीं है तो 9. 7 को दिखाया जाता है because 8th is DD and 9th is NE, data deficient and not evaluated. Do you get that or not? So परेशान वाले कौन से? Which are the problematic ones? Three of them. Is everyone okay? क्या criteria of critically endangered? What is the criteria? Anyone, any idea what is the criteria? किस basis पे करते हैं? One is population size. Other is reduction in population. And third is range. Do you get that? तो किसका population size कितना कम होता जा रहा है? That is what they are talking about. Yes or no? ठीक है. If the reduction is almost 90%, more than 90%, so ये मैंने गलत लिख दिया. I should have written it in vertical. Get that? Population size rate of reduction and range. Is everyone okay? Do we get that? So if your population is less than 250 species, 250 members, 2,500 members, less than 10,000, suppose. Do we get that? Second is, in the last three generations, how much decline has happened over the last 10 years, or three generations? Do we get that? If it is more than 90% decline, if it is more than 70% decline, if it is more than 50% decline. Everyone, first criteria tells you what? The size is less. True or not? 250 again. What is this 250? Stable population. Stable population size is this. Is everyone okay? Now we're looking at the range. Range can be in kilometers. Yes or no? So very small range when we are talking about, less than 50 square kilometers, 50 square kilometers, 250 square kilometers, and around 1,000 square kilometers. True. Did you hear of, I think I was reading recently, a great Indian bustard has given so many eggs and something like that. Yes, sir. Can we say because it has given 20 eggs, that means it is no longer endangered? Can we say that this is true in case of great Indian bustard, that they are limited only to some area in Rajasthan now? Is everyone okay with this? Now, is this a difficult thing or an easy thing? Is it a difficult thing or an easy thing? Whatever I told you just now, that it is IUCN. No, what is difficult? I'm saying knowing this concept. Is it a difficult concept or an easy concept? That in the world, species have been arranged by an agency called IUCN. They are in 9 categories. Do you have to memorize those 9 categories or not? True or not? And they also say which categories are important for conservation. Which categories? 3, 4, 5. Memorize is easy. Everyone okay? Now many people don't know this. Many people don't know this. Jैसे somebody said, sir, 9 है, 7 है sir, आप तो अरे ये भी तो होता है, ये side में लिखा होता है. So 9 categories, everybody knows that. उसको red data book बोलते थे, and then now they have combined everything. Now this is not difficult. As I said, this breakthrough exercise which I did with you, simple points is not difficult, but knowing this is a challenge. And should a person who's writing the examination, should he know this or not? Should he know this? Do you exam? There are many of you have written this prelims multiple times. Yes or no? So I want to read a message to all of you. So let us see this message. How does this message go? Okay. This message says, sir, I'm one of your optional students, and now I'm teaching GS Geography for Karnataka students, Karnataka state students. Currently watching your recorded videos, and thank you for giving that clear understanding. So good. You are my student, and you are teaching the state students also. Is it a good thing? That's a good thing. When you teach, you learn more. So today he writes a question to me, sir, I watched your IUCN class. If a species has less than 20,000 population, it would be considered as vulnerable. If a species has 20,000 population, it would be considered as vulnerable. And if the population reduces to 5,000, then it would be endangered. Is everyone okay? Maybe, some data maybe I would have in that slide, because IUCN keeps on changing the criteria. So in that slide, it would have been this. Is everyone okay with this? So the question has to come. So if a species has 20,000, then it is vulnerable. And if the species has less than 5,000, then it is endangered. So the population of Asian elephants in India, how many of you know that? How many of you know Asian elephants in India? Kitne hai? I personally don't know, and I would not even want to remember them. He tells me it's 27,000. And African elephants, he tells me is 40,000. So even then, our elephants are categorized under endangered. Even then, our elephants are categorized under endangered. True or not? So ऐसा क्यों किया है? Why are they categorized as endangered? So what is the answer, everyone? What is the answer? Quickly, what is the answer? So there are other criteria also. Somebody saying rate of reduction, you can say the range or something, yes or no? True. I have 10,000 species, but they have 90% of them wiped out in the last 10 years. Should I sleep with that? No. True or not? So now tell me, a student asking me this is okay. A student who's taking the class and based on the class who's teaching, should he open the books or not? So I don't want anyone from my class to be overconfident because you know how to draw this. I taught you a very serious thing. You think that attending a class you can become a teacher. Becoming a teacher is a very important thing. Becoming a teacher calls a lot of responsibility. You see my class, and from my class you are coming to this conclusion, sir. आपने तो ये बताया सर, ये पूरा का पूरा. And if you people who have done environmetics with me, वो पूरा slide में लेकर आता हूँ. That slide is there. Yes sir. तो वो slide मैंने अभी अपने हिसाब से कुछ बनाने की कोशिश की, whatever I remember. So everyone, would it be wise to do that? Again saying, I said the teacher has a very, very holistic role. He is the Brahma. He is the Vishnu. He is the Mahesh. True or not? So I am the creator. Did I create something for you? Did I innovate here? Did I innovate this? Did I tell you breakthrough session will help you a lot? Was it innovative? Many of you gained a lot of confidence. I was doing the job of Brahma at that time. Today, when I asked you to brainstorm in that, who is Vishnu? Vishnu is the one who executes it. Today, you just wrote a line and you just wrote one point. Did I show you the execution also? So somebody attends my class and he learns, okay, 20,000 is this thing vulnerable and 5,000 is endangered and usse niche critically endangered ho jayega. Tell me, is it to be memorized? कोई ऐसी जरूरत भी नहीं. But if you are a teacher, should you be Vishnu also? Should you look at internet? Should you find out IUCN website and look at that criteria also? Because many people and their careers are going to depend on you. Yes or no? And what is Mahesh? Mahesh is the destroyer of the evils, whatever is not required. So whatever errors are there, whatever wrong habits are there, should we destroy that or not? So that is what I do when I give you feedback. So I just told him that there are more than one criteria. Please look into that. True or not? But I'm again inviting you that there are, that is why, like I want to tell you that we've been talking about demographic dividend. Unfortunately, teaching in India is a career by default. Career by default, not by choice. Economically, I'm not doing off, so I started tuitions because I wanted some money, true or not, to support myself. I did my engineering, there was no college campus selection, so they said, will you become a teacher? They will become a teacher. They said, when this fellow can teach, I can also teach. Yes or no? A girl, safe career, do B.Ed, baad mein kya, BA, B.Ed, you will become teacher, true or not? And when you become teacher, what do you want? You just want to survive over there. I'm saying teacher's job is a very, very inspirational job. Teacher has to raise himself to the level of the Trinity. Do we get that? Default से तो बहुत लोग बने and they don't enjoy teaching. I'm saying default नहीं, by choice. By choice is I left my careers, amazing careers, and then I chose teaching. When my friends talked to me, they said, you're a teacher? You? How can you be a teacher? You never even, you never even let any teacher be easy in the class. You of all will become a teacher. I said the day I realized that I have to teach, everything stopped for me. True or not? So I did not give you this breakthrough exercise to give me 4 or 5 points and be happy about it. It was a very important tool which will help you to go deeper into. When I take environmetics class, it is not just fact. And if you are choosing the career to teach, please do not teach till you realize the essence of teaching. Get that? There are so many people who trust you. There are so many people you're going to make a huge difference. Please do not teach based on some notes. And for students, please do not write answers based on some notes. Do you get that? If you're really inspired by this work, please do that. That's a very good thing. You will do a lot of service. And I think to reap the demographic dividend of India, India needs great teachers. Teaching is an amazing career, but not for this. Sir, you said this thing, फिर ये क्यों नहीं है? आप खुद बताइए, is this question, when the question comes, Asian elephants are these, why are they still endangered? क्यों ऐसा कर रखा है? सोचिए ना. And also one more thing I want to tell you, is it endangered by IUCN criteria? Or can a country also declare some species as endangered? कर सकती है? Yes or no? Can we? Because that's special for me. True or not? I want special protection on that. Do we have Wildlife Protection Act? Do we have its own appendices? Yes or no? डाल सकते कि नहीं डाल सकते? Remember, there is a CITES convention also. There is a CITES convention, international convention on endangered species. To give effect to that CITES convention, do we put some categories in that also? Now, if you are a teacher, you should read all this. And if you are a student, you should give your brainstorming the respect it needs. In the examination, many things will happen. Many things will happen. Yesterday, I was talking to these mains 2022 people. Their mentorship is almost over. Now we are left with 14 days. So one fellow asked me, sir, starting the paper on the day of the mains, at what time do we get the question paper? Exactly at 9 a.m. in the morning or before that? So I laughed. I said, what kind of a question are you asking? Everyone, all of us have given exams in the schools or not? So depends on the invigilator, no? Some invigilator will give it 5 minutes before. Some invigilator will give 10 minutes before. Some invigilator will give on that point only. When the bell rings, then I will start distributing. There can be many invigilators. And it also depends where you are. I have given examination of UPSC mains in some schools also. I have given it in UPSC Delhi also. And I have given it in PCS Lucknow also. So different areas, different disciplines. Then you realize, sir, ye to. Then there were many people in the mentorship who have already given, and some of them selected also. I said, what has your experience been? I just shared my experience. They said, sir, same, sir, it depends on the center. I'm saying, I'm asking you to be a real student, a person who can think and link. And if you want to teach, Be a real teacher. That will really help you. My best wishes to the person who's into teaching also, but please understand the responsibility of the job that you are doing. चलिए, अब हम आते हैं यहाँ पर human geography factors. I think in human geography factors, the biggest one which I feel is in hill areas is that of connectivity. I think there's a lot of isolation involved in this. I think there is a lot of lack of infrastructure, especially transport and communication. Do we agree or not? Is it a problem? One of the biggest problem is that inaccessibility. So transport and communication is there. When I'm talking about transport, can I say road railways are not there? Road railways are not there. Can I also say communication wise? I would say telecommunications, internet, and all those things are also limited. Everyone with me on this? Do we agree? So you go to a hill station, be it South India, North India, you'll face all these problems. Connectivity is a problem. Do we agree? Achha. What kind of economic activities are these people into? Economic activities. I think they are a little limited. They are a little limited. Say, for example, they can be into agri and allied activities. They can be into grazing, animal husbandry. True or not? Have you heard of the tribes Gujars and Bakarwals? Transhumans. Aapne suna hai? Have you heard of this transhumans? What is transhumans? Shifting, occasional shifting of pastures with season. Gujars, Bakarwals, Gaddi tribe, Gaddi of Himachal Pradesh, Gujars and Bakarwals of Uttarakhand. True or not? I feel that is limited. Is there any industry over there? Industry development is limited and there can be tourism. True or not? Tourism activities. I think that has led to ecological crisis. Ecological carrying capacity is a problem. I think ecological carrying capacity, somebody said cottage industry, बिल्कुल ठीक है, cottage industry है. Ecological carrying capacity में मुझे लगता है कि it is very limited. And somebody mentioned about hill station. Do we hear almost every year the hill station saying, please do not come? Yes, sir. North India, I'm talking about Uttarakhand, there are jams on the roads, people going towards Dehradun, Mussoorie and all that, and the whole administration is there, full capacity. So limited, can I say, beyond the capacity? And that tourism has also led to a lot of garbage. True or not? A lot of waste generation. That's a big problem. True. Do we agree? I also believe that, there is a shortage of essential supplies. Especially when there is adverse weather. True or not? If I talk about socio-cultural problems, socio-cultural issues, can I say in isolation they have their unique culture? Unique culture and tradition? Yes, sir. They are not able to conserve it. Conservation is a problem. True. The people from outside are coming and they would hamper their own this thing. I also believe, somewhere there's a lot of backwardness in terms of welfare indices. Do we see that? Say, for example, we're talking about literacy, skill level, health indicators, even nutrition at times is low. True or not? And especially the tribal belt. Can I say politico-administrative problems are also there? Politico-administrative problems are also there. True. I've just started hilly areas, hill regions. Don't you feel that suddenly there is a lack of space and I have a lot to write and I can give examples of each and every one? Do we agree or not? Big problem. How do I? There are no plans. City plans or hill area plan is not there. Uska execution mein problem hai, funds mein problem hai. There are big issues. If I remove this hilly region, can I put tribal regions here? Can I put desert region here? Can I put drought-prone region here? Can I do that? I'm inviting you as senior students who are passing out from geography optional. Have this maturity, have this growth. Have this maturity and growth. Suppose somebody asks you, suggest the policy measures for the development of hill regions of India. Policy measures for development of hill regions of India or strategies for development of hill region of India. Is the answer in front of you? Whatever are the problems, rectify them. Strategy done. Strategy done. True or not? How many points? You ask me, 20 points will come very easily. Do I have a map? I can draw the map also. Can I do that or not? So, kal jo humne padha, what we read yesterday, I gave you an assignment to summarize. Why did I give you that assignment? I'm saying there is a slide. Somebody saw my slide on the environmatics class. And from there, he is not able to come to an answer that why Asian elephant, despite 27,000, are still put in endangered. Does that tell me that from what is given to you, you are not able to think and link? Okay, so I want to share an assignment which was submitted. so that some people like Samad said, sir, मेरा भी check नहीं हुआ है, sir, what to do? So I keep on sharing some good answers. Yes or no? Can we look at someone's work on this? Though I think अम्बुज ने भी दिया और बाकी लोग ने भी किया था. So I am looking at the article I shared. I think I shared it around 9 or 10 p.m. I suddenly realized कि मैं article डालना भूल गया. How would you people do the homework? I said stop everything. Let me do that. So here we have. This is, I think, Sheetal has submitted it. Everyone. Experience of regional planning in India towards urban development. I think that article starts with urban area. Yes or no? After independence, Delhi's urban problem was first to attract attention. Town Planning Organization 1955 was set up to prepare the master plan, and in fact, Delhi's planning was one of the front leading plans for the urban areas. So a master plan was there, and it was viewed the city's problem and their regional setting. 3 spatial levels were identified: urban, metropolitan, and economically socially linked to urban core. Make sense? So can I say this is MLP? There is a topic called MLP, no? In our syllabus, there is a topic called MLP. What is MLP? Multi-level planning. Do you have, just from the article, a case study? That's what I'm saying. Your smart student would do that. So multi-level planning is obviously, Panchayati Raj, 3-tier and other things. Multi-level is, they will ask you. So we should have an example. So that is there. What was the scheme? To deflect growing population of urban Delhi from metropolis, develop ring towns. Plan failed due to lack of coordination. So this plan failed. So that's also there. So if they ask you, everyone, critically assess the experience of MLP in India. Do you have a case study for that also? Yes. First time we tried with Delhi, it did not work. And it hasn't worked till now. Does everyone make sense? I'm saying, first of all, please be in the habit of reading things, and us reading se hame kuch nikalna chahiye, so that should be. The need to integrate economic planning with physical planning was realized. एक और topic है हमारे syllabus में. What is that? Integrated regional planning. Do we have integrated regional planning? Hear that? So you can say that also can be, like when you're creating a context of that. When you are creating a context of that, no syllabus today. I'm not uploading the syllabus. Okay, I will upload that. Don't worry. Everyone, please start looking at how from one article you can get everything. So Delhi's plan, after Delhi plan, we realized town and country planning organization was set up by Government of India. Town and country. Can I say, what will this be? This will be an idea of IRDP, Integrated Rural Development Program. Everyone, do you remember that or not? Integrated Rural Development Program. What was happening? So we were looking at our villages were growing, and we were forced to declare them as urban areas because they were able to meet the census definitions, but they were actually quasi-urban only. They were not truly urban, they were quasi-urban. So why don't we do that? So government realized, what is this? This is a technical advisory committee. This lays down national policy and regional planning. This coordinates between center and state. This advises state and local body, urban and regional research. आप बताइए IRDP के लिए, Integrated Rural Development Plan के लिए भी आपके पास case study आया नहीं है? Good work, Sheetal. I don't know whether you understand that this work can have multiple things. One for multiple level planning, other is for integrated regional planning. Both are syllabus entries. Everyone, you have this slide now in front of you. So जब आप देखेंगे, देख भी सकते हैं, you can make your own thing. Towards rural development. So that was integrated. Now what was approach? So after urban, that article was talking about rural development. So the question comes on rural development, 1950s community development program. Remember, this was one of the first plan में आ गया था हमारा. And our intention was a holistic one. Our intention was nothing sector specific. Our intention was not very region specific. हमने कहा सबका country को क्या किया, development blocks में divide किया. Each block had 100 villages. We allocated specialists in agriculture, animal husbandry, social education, and village level workers were created and supplement efforts. So family planning करना था, हमें marketing करना था, सब कुछ. We were like into generalist approach. So first approach was a generalist approach, and Gandhian method was that. Failure हो गया. Yes or no? Could not match up to the expectation. So it did not work. So पहला क्या था? Community development. So can I say in chronology of development, this will be the first one. So whenever you have to talk about, you start with community development. True or not? The program CDP could not. So new strategy of agricultural development came in the third 5-year plan. And what is it? IADP, IAAP. And we already know that third plan was a problem time for India. Did we witness wars? We witnessed wars. Did we witness famines? We witnessed famines. Did we witness food shortage? Yes or no? Everything. Famines, yeah, but sorry, famine, Malika, my mistake, I'm sorry. Priyank, I wanted to say droughts. Can I say this was a crisis? This was a crisis one. So this was a voluntary one. Voluntary regional development, which we wanted to do, that was community development program. But here we were like crisis or push-driven programs. Can I say push-driven programs? So what are these? The next two names are about IADP and IAP. Intensive Agriculture Development Program. So here growth region strategy, we wanted to work on agriculture and agriculture credit and technology. But after 61, 63, 64 happened, we said, hatao yaar, agricultural area, emphasis was on medium and minor irrigation, fertilizer, HYV, green revolution. Is everyone okay? That sequence you also know from your agriculture classes. So from urban, we got multi-level planning and integrated regional planning. And from this sheet, what do we get? We get the idea of our rural and I had done this. I'm just showing you that what kind of work students are submitting so that you can also benefit from it. After rural, what did we do in industrial? Let us look at this. Major scheme for industrial activities were implemented. Scheme 1 was industries in backward and resource-rich region. Remember plan 2 itself? Plan number 2, I told you, where we said growth region. Yes, we said that growth whole approach was there. To discharge further concentration of large industrial centers, we saw that everything is getting centered only in Mumbai, Chennai. So can I say this was about decentralization also? Decentralization. And it was definitely, can I say, government or PSU driven? Government or PSU driven, this also I mentioned. So that was the time when licensing policy was there. Program for industrial estates. So we started going for industrial estates also. Why just one industry? Why not full area? So Rajkot, Gujarat, 1956 was the first industrial estate. This was success in urban area, but rural areas did not happen. So can I say rural industrialization failed? Is it one of the problems in our villages even till today? True or not? Can I take this idea right from there? That the program of industrial estates, which was started immediately after the independence in the first few plans, that failed and it never take off after that. Why? Because we chose unsustainable location. एक गांव में लगाएंगे जहां कोई आता नहीं, क्या करोगे? Lack of integrated planning. Once again, IRDP, integrated rural development planning is needed. If you are working on rural areas, where is the market? Integrate them and shortage of raw material. Okay. And by this time we could see, like 3 plans are done. That development is happening. It's happening at a slow pace, but we are looking at that development is not giving us a balanced development. Probably some islands of prosperity are created. Yes or no? Growth is coming with disparity. So government decided to go that let us do something about special areas, regional development. So there is a class going on and the teacher is very inspired and he or she wants all the students to benefit from the class. Yes or no? But unfortunately, all students are not at the same level. Do we agree? All students are not at the same level. There are some students who are weaker. They are slow learners. Get that? And the teacher doesn't want them to lag behind. Get that? So the teacher says, look, everyone, you have done class assignments. Good. 4 or 5 students he will identify and he will say, I would want to talk to you after the class. And I want to give you some easy exercises, submit to me. Does it happen or not? Very few teachers would do that. But you know some people have done that. And is that a blessing to the entire education for that classroom? Yes or no? The teacher is really concerned about even the weaker sections. True. So now India realized that, development by design is not universal. Even Gunnar Myrdal, he said that development will always be imbalanced. So Myrdal said that development is not universal. It happens at specific locations. True or not? So that can happen. Now, everyone, do we also have that, there are certain schools which will nurture talent. They will take only talented people or give all the facilities to talented few people. Baki sab aise hi office dene ke liye aate. Yes or no? They will show the result. That is also there. Well, that is a very capitalistic mindset that we must showcase who passed. Yes or no? We see many coachings also doing that. Do they do or not? The student had the talent, but they would say, "Dekho, हमारे बच्चे पास हुए हैं, वो भी तो देखो तो बच्चा पीछे रह गया." Should we look at that or not? So that's what we are talking about. So government of India said that there are some students who have lagged behind. There are certain areas which have certain inherent disadvantages. Can I say hill areas are one? Unique, inherent problems. Yes. So why don't we create some programs for these backward areas? So hill areas, generally, hill areas are defined as the ones where the altitude is above 600 meters. So programs for development in backward areas, regional planning at state level also and interstate level also, and micro level also. So can I say this is MLP? Government realized that we must go for decentralized planning. So Damodar Valley Corporation, jurisdiction of the Jharkhand region, and the Dandakaranya project, effective settlement of displacement persons from Bangladesh. Integrated development of tribal populated areas. Does it make sense? So do we have some seeds of decentralized planning? Can I say the seeds of decentralized planning? Do we see here? We had the issues of migrants from Pakistan. We had the issue of migrants from Bangladesh also. Bangladesh was 70s mein ho gaya. Yes, no? Regional planning through India's 5-year plan. This I've already discussed with you. What was the aim? Aim was to consumer development, social justice, and environment equity. I think good phrase. Remember language improvement book? Yes or no? Consumer development, social justice, and environment equity. It is a spatial development planning, orientation to future, and utilization of resources, human activities. India's experience with regional planning. So what has India's experience been? So idea was to achieve a balanced development, reduce economic disparity, bring equity, self-sufficiency in a sustainable manner. But planning in India has been contradictory. This I underlined for you, growth and imbalance. This सब चीज article में दिया हुआ है. Somebody has summarized the key points in this. Nowadays, regional approach to planning is accepted. 10th 5-year plan, real breakthrough in this regard, and continue till 11th 5-year plan. As a result of the above 5-year plan 1 to 9, 10th 5-year plan talks about state-wise breakup and whatever we are looking at. Everyone, is this a good summary or not? Many of you would have summarized it. I know you have done that. Some of you would have taken more words, less words. This is one sample which I wanted to share with you. Apart from that, the person has even identified the macro planning regions of India. South Peninsula, Central Peninsula, Western Peninsula, and Central Deccan. 1, 2, 3. Central Deccan, and 5th is Eastern Peninsula. Easy. This time from the Peninsula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is the Eastern, the Gujarat one. Okay, that. 7th is Rajasthan. 8th is Aravali. 9th is J&K. 10, 11, 12. Can you see? 10, 11, 12, 13. That is the belt of Ganga and Northeast. Easy to remember. Everyone, easy to remember. If 33 are not there, these are the planning regions. 13 planning regions. Metropolitan area boundaries are also there. Remember metropolitan region that is there, we were looking at. So good credible work on this. Good credible work on this. So this is a sample for people who have not done the work. Please make sure you do that. Let me upload my file now. Let me see, have I saved or not? Just a minute, give me a minute to upload my file. I'll continue with this and I'll end this regional planning. Get it? I'll also talk about integrated rural planning, rural development plan today. This is what I want to talk about. Then I want to talk about hill area development today. Is everyone okay? True. So ये चीजें मैं करना चाहता हूँ. कल हम इसमें decentralized में आएंगे. We'll go into decentralized. Tomorrow do we have a class? I think I've shifted some classes. Everyone, can we have a look at the planner now? The next class, I think you're getting a break on this. थोड़ा सा कुछ break आ रहा है. Everyone, can we have the schedule? You are getting 3 days break. 3 days break also. Everyone, can you see that? Next class is on 6th September. I'll see if I can take a special class on Teachers' Day, 5th September. I thought Teachers' Day should be free for the teacher, no? Teachers' Day, teacher को तो छुट्टी मिलनी चाहिए उस दिन. So I'll keep a special session on Teachers' Day. But other than that, I am giving you off for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 3 days off. Can I expect us to be in the last leg of the course? Can I expect all of you to finish all the 33 regions with the same rigor? 33 natural regions हो जाएंगे? Same rigor. It should be the physical also, the human also. When you submit it for the first time, I could see, that was okay. But then if you do this, tell me if hill regions are done. Can we have combined regions? These are cocktail regions. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can it be like this? Can the Ganga belt be, like all three combined together? So that's what I'm saying. A smart learning would help you on that. Okay. So next class is on 6, so that is there. And I will also share some of the write-ups on all these things. So can I share some write-ups on RDP? RDP खुल्लड़ में भी तो दिया हुआ है. Homework for 3 days is RDP from Kullar, and 33 major or the natural region spider diagrams. And be comprehensive. And I would suggest that after पढ़ रहे हैं, you can pick from the book also. Is everyone okay? So 3 days, I think 1 day 11 can be done easily. And you will, as you are coming towards the end of the course, you will really feel strong that yes, I'm doing my geography well. Okay. So what I'm getting at, integrated rural. So let me first come to all this. Everyone, after this 5-year plan experience, what did we get? क्या मिला हमें? Growth and imbalances, not growth removing imbalances. True or not? So imbalances were there. So imbalances at what level? So we've submitted 5 different regions as home assignment from breakthrough. Do we have to cover rest others or just do all of them again? No, the 5 which you have done, you can upgrade them. And add 28 more. You have 3 days. Is everyone okay? So what we have got is imbalances. So where do you see imbalances? Can I say imbalances at interstate level? Which states are ahead, everyone? Which states are ahead? Interstate level. So coastal states are ahead. Coastal states are ahead. Southern states are ahead. Western states are ahead. Commercial agriculture states are ahead. True or not? Lagging behind? Can I say EAG states lagging behind? Can I say disadvantaged geography states? What are the disadvantaged geography states? The hilly states, or too much of rainfall. Say for example, I'm talking about northeast. That can also be there. True. Interstate, I understand. Interstate, I understand perfectly okay. And I want to tell you that I am more in age than you. I have seen that these differences have persisted since independence. The difference was there, and the gap hasn't been able to be filled. Do you agree? So interstate has been there, and temporally the gap hasn't filled. That has been a problem. Do we get that? Now, I also want to tell you that not only imbalances are there interstate, there are intrastate also. True or not? Interstate, you've already given me the geography. Can you give me intrastate? Any case study? Can I say case study was the former full states of UP, Bihar, and MP? UP, Bihar, MP when they were original, before partition, before new states were created. Do we get that? Let us talk about Maharashtra as a case study. Let us talk about Maharashtra as a case study. Very good. So Western Ghat is a development divide also. You heard of Western Ghat as a climatic divide. Can I say Western Ghat in Maharashtra is a development divide also? Karnataka, sir, north and south. Yes, absolutely okay. Karnataka is north and south. I get that. Can I say West Bengal also? Remember, I did an exercise with you. Where is the capital located? That has also created a lot of problems. Chhattisgarh, that part we are talking about that also. So everyone, do we have that? I have an interesting observation. Please pay attention to this. The developed states have less intrastate imbalances compared to the poor states. Is that also true? I hope you're writing also. I'm dictating. I'm not dictating, but are you writing also? I hope you're writing also. Imbalances for me. So after the planned growth, India has grown with imbalances. The situation has not been that India has grown resolving imbalances. Do you agree? Now tell me, everyone, please tell me, if an economics teacher was teaching imbalances, will he or she not teach sectoral imbalances? Imbalances in agriculture, imbalances in economy, through manufacturing, through service sector. Did you see that I'm not an economy teacher, so I have tried to capture spatial imbalances. I'm okay with capturing even temporal. Sectoral, maybe towards the end. In the conclusion, I would talk about that. Is everyone okay? So first of all, our topic says India's experience with regional planning. The syllabus says India's experience with regional planning and 5-year plan. Has the experience been given to you in a handout? And did you see the summary also? Be it urban area, be it rural area, be it special areas, be it in terms of industry, be it in terms of coastal areas. Can we have that or not? Then I also gave you 5-year plans. What happened during the 5-year plans? Yes or no? And what did we get out of it? We got development with disparities, development with imbalances, not growth, removing imbalances. And then I am trying to bring what are imbalances, where do we see imbalances from a geographical point of view. Is everyone okay? अगर मुझे इसमें perspective लगाना है, everyone, if I have to create a perspective, which perspective will I create? So now the topic is regional inequalities. What perspectives should I play in this? Next topic, everyone, is regional inequalities. Please give it a heading in your notes. Many people would say, no, sir, your slides are there. What do I write? So, साथ में heading तो लिखो. Now, India's experience with planning is over. 5-year plan is also over. Is everyone okay? I'm coming to the outcome of that. That outcome has given me regional inequalities. Now, I want to talk a perspective in this. Perspective. Can I use determinism and possibilism? People who know perspective. India has regional inequalities because of deterministic regions. Do we have deterministic reasons? Sorry, I said regions. Reasons. Adverse geography, say for example desert, say for example hill area, say for example desert, disaster proneness. Can I say possibilistic causes also? Possibilistic is human beings have done it, but they haven't done it uniformly. Maharashtra and Gujarat advanced. Maharashtra and Gujarat advanced, but Bihar, Bengal did not. They stagnated. Can I say determinism and possibilism is one thing which I can bring in this? That possibilism was there, but even possibilism has been variable. Because after all, humans are different. No? Yes or no? Can I say a humanistic geography will say unique, ideographic approach. So aerial differentiation will happen. No matter what you want, aerial differentiation in India's development is very much visible. Is everyone okay? Humanistic, unique, ideographic. The problems of Odisha and problems of Kerala are not the same. True or not? The potential of Jharkhand and the potential of Himachal Pradesh are not the same. So will there be aerial differentiation? Yes or no? And regional inequalities must be resolved because geography in the end is a welfare science. Welfare geography. Makes sense? Have I brought in three perspectives? So when people ask us, sir, how do I link paper 1 with paper 2? Before I start with regional inequalities, did I give you some ideas to explore? True or not? Okay. One of the major concerns of economic planners in India has been regional inequalities in fruits of development. So in India, fruits of development have been unequal. There has been a huge gap between economically active and vibrant regions. Active and vibrant regions in India and the hinterland during the pre-independence period. In terms of even from the pre-independence period, was there a difference or not? Remember yesterday I started with the port cities. So this difference was not all the doing of Indians. Did we inherit also from behind? Yes or no? True. Not only state, not only regions, we had intra-state variations also. Interstate differences are there, is a major characteristic of development. Is a major characteristic. It is also noted that intrastate disparity is high in some states, especially big states, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar. This is a major significance since one can easily form a notion regarding how far underdeveloped some of these districts are there. Do we have some of the most backward of backward districts? Backward of backward districts. Have you heard this classification also? Say Northern Karnataka, Bidar district, backward or backward district and further backward. This also implies that these states are not only suffering from low average level of development. So these states are having low average level of development and infrastructure, but that is happening only in a few isolated pockets. Do you understand? Can I say in Karnataka, the kind of development that is centered around Bangalore belt is unmatched by North. True or not? Can you give that example for Karnataka? Yes. Same for Maharashtra. The Pune, Mumbai, Nasik belt. Compare it with the Nagpur region. There is a difference or not? There is going to be a difference. Yes, Nagpur, Bandara region, that is going to be different. Moreover, it can also be seen that intrastate variations seem to be low in the advanced states. So can I say states which are better off, they are doing that? Is everyone okay? Regional inequalities. So can you think of why? Why intrastate? Jaldi se bataiye. Interstate we have already talked about. Quickly think about yourself. You're planning for a state, intrastate. Why intrastate? Intrastate. Root areas. Topography. So can I say again the physical factors are different. Physical factors. Can I say politico-administrative factors also? Yes or no? State capital, district headquarters. यहाँ तक तो ठीक है. But other places it may not reach. Yes or no? So those who physical are there. In human we are looking at this. Can I say resource endowment? Yes. Resource endowment. Can I also say like human factor or human resource? Their skill level and their training level, R&D technical level. Can I say capital investment has been different? True. So intrastate are there. Can you think of your home state and tell me the regions which have developed and which have not? Can you think of your own home state? Yes, we very clearly said that only in some isolated pockets we have seen that development has happened. Can I say one very important thing is the level of infrastructure and connectivity within the state. That has been a very, very big decider. True or not? Yes. Now, everyone, please pay attention. India has interstate disparity. India has intrastate disparity. And the sad part is disparity seems to be widening. So there is a problem and the problem is becoming wider. Yes or no? Advanced states are taking full advantage of their liberalized position and weaker are still lagging behind. Yes or no? Fruits of development are going only to the top states. So if investment is coming Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka, we are not looking at Bihar being able to attract that. Yes or no? And as a result, the gap is increasing. The difference between these two is increasing. And tell me, liberalization has helped it or made it bigger problem? Even in the post-liberalization era, where the government is not controlling anything, it is very, very normal that the weaker ones are being neglected. True or not? And I want to tell you, this disparity was seen in agriculture development long ago with the Green Revolution itself. Remember, Green Revolution created a divide. True or not? I said it was region specific, it was crop specific, it was section specific, everything. That very time it was there. And India is, there is a strong trade-off between growth and equity. In India, either you can grow or you can focus on equity. True or not? The spurts of growth have remained sporadic. Growth ke kuch phase aaye, they have been very, very sporadic and it has not been shared. What have been the reasons? Two reasons I'm giving you. What are the two reasons, everyone? First reason is efforts towards high growth and emphasis on private decision makers have been lopsided. Okay, we passed it on to the private sector, but we haven't done much part of bringing that. So Green Revolution in the agriculture sector, post-reform liberalization in the industrial sector, they have just accentuated regional disparity. They have not corrected it. Second is to counterbalance rising social and political unrest against regional disparity. The authorities have gone slow on the growth front. So authorities were more interested in those social and political unrest. They were not looking at whether we are able to divide or not. And the push has been half-hearted. Do we agree? So we were more interested in the politics of the farmer. We were more interested in the industry who is going to pay us more. True or not? So there were lobbies. There were industrialists who were able to have the politicians as their friends. So they will decide where the industry will come. So our focus about that push towards a regional equality, that was not much. And now, is India an agricultural country or an industrial country or a service-based country? Which one are we excelling the most? Service. Current is the tertiary revolution, and we must be cautious lest it brings the fresh wave of inequality. Are services also getting concentrated at some places? Say, for example, IT, Bangalore, Hyderabad belt or Gurgaon belt? Yes or no? Should we keep our services wide net or not? Services is one thing which can come through internet and everything. Can it be uniformly developed? Why should it be that education we are talking about, people are going to quota? Can I say these edtechs, online educations have really put in a dent on that also? Good quality education reaching to you, can you very clearly say that it is a very good opportunity to bring equality, equal access to good education? Make sense? It's 4:30. Let's take a quick break. 4:31 to 4:41. I will continue. I will go into special areas also after this. So let's have a quick 10-minute break in this. Okay, see you after the break. Audible? Okay, perfect. So can we see that these are some of the problems which we have seen in regional planning? Our experience of regional planning has given us a lot of disparities, and we are living with it. And unfortunately, the focus and the hit on disparities, which it should have been there, that doesn't seem to be happening. Is everyone okay with this? Okay, so before I take you into some solutions, let me take you to the syllabus and let us start with the topic. So this part, are we clear? So where have we come? We have come to a place where the problems have come. Solutions are there, but we need to work on that. So one of the programs which I want to talk right now is about Integrated Rural Development Program. So please give the heading Integrated Rural Development Program. Integrated Rural Development Program. Everyone with me on this? So first we must understand why this program comes. Why this program came? Why did we talk about integrated rural development program? First of all, can I say India was an agrarian country? Most population was living in rural areas. Yes or no? Is everyone with me? With me on this? So we had to look on that. Next is everyone. Rural prosperity. Rural prosperity will determine overall growth and development. Overall growth and development. Yes or no? Will ensure important thing called as food security. True. Socio-cultural reforms. True or not? So that is important. That is important. That what we are talking about. That it should be there. But early planning created some growth centers as islands of development and prosperity. True or not? I'm just answering why. Why we need integrated rural development program. Everyone okay? So some islands were created, and what were these? These were the industrial cities, industrial or port cities given preference, and rural area lagged behind. Is everyone okay? Everyone with me on this? Jitin says it is tough. Everyone, are you getting the signal or not? I want to tell you that in the third plan, remember the plan which was spoiled because of the war? Yes, a separate chapter was added on balanced regional development. So everyone, do you see the rationale behind the word rural coming to us? Do we see the rationale why the policymakers are focusing on the rural area? Yes or no? Do we get that? So my balanced regional development करना है. So how will balanced regional development happen? So two approaches to balanced. I hope you're writing also. Two approaches to balanced regional development. One is a spatial approach. Other is a temporal approach. Can I say through 5 temporal planning approach? 5-year plans. What did they give us? They gave us growth with disparity. Have I already discussed this with you? I'm not discussing anything else on this. Is everyone okay? When we are talking about spatial thinks about national level, state level, and local level. True or not? So we are looking at that also. National, state, and everything we are looking at that. So it must come into that also. True. In spatial, generally district is taken as a unit. So national level plans are also executed at district level, state level are also executed at district level, and district also coordinates the local ones. So that is the job when you become a district collector, DM, you will realize what सारे काम करने होते हैं. Most of the students who have been DMs or SDMs, they say sir इतना काम है, मतलब there are so many things which all stop at the district level. So district was taken as a unit. Yes or no? True. And then it can be sector based, and it can be district based. Yeah, we can say special area based. So two approaches. We are looking at balanced regional development. Balanced regional development, where does it come to us? In the third plan, we are talking about balanced regional development. We realize that despite being an agrarian rural country, the prosperity has come only in certain islands. Either they are industrial or they are port cities. Do we get that? So everyone, when I talk about integrated rural development program, what am I talking about? Am I talking about a sector-based program or a spatial area-based program? I'm talking about area. I'm talking about rural areas. I'm talking about rural areas particularly. I'm not talking about agriculture sector or other sector, irrigation or something. I'm talking about rural and everything about that. And I'm also talking about another word which is integrated. Two words are important in integrated rural development program. So everyone, why rural? Why rural? We said number one, why rural? Number one, rural area lagged behind. Is everyone okay? That is why. Next is rural area lagged behind. Can I say there were lack of, what should I use word? Lack of opportunities, choices, lack of diversification. Okay? There was a need for rural industrialization. Why was it needed? Why did we need rural industrialization? To bring what? Decentralization. Yes or no? To bring what? Equity. To cater to what? More employment. Agriculture plus agro-based industries plus small and medium enterprises. Make sense or not? Can I say rural economy market oriented? Rural economy will become market orientation. Till now, it was subsistence. Yes or no? Subsistence till now. If you want rural areas to grow, should the economy, whatever activity they are doing, that should give them the income. True or not? It was subsistence till now, so that should also be there. Yes or no? Can I say it will also help in exploiting the latent resources and potential? True. Villages have a latent resource and potential. So if we work on that, why not? True. Let's go further. How about improving the infrastructure, transport, communication, institutional factors? Okay, so villages will become self-sustained units only if they are connected. Yes, sir? And we also needed that a very important input was technological upgradation. Diffusion of innovation was needed. Diffusion of innovation was needed. Is everyone okay? This was missing in first 4 to 5 plans. Do we agree? There were piecemeal things which were happening, multi-purpose projects were being started, industrial estate programs were being started. But, we're talking about rural centered, that was not happening. Everyone with me? True. Why rural? Now comes the word, why integrated? Why rural? Why integrated? This is called a systems approach. What do we call this? Systems approach. Not seeing rural areas in isolation. True or not? What is more effective? Conserving a species or conserving the entire ecosystem? Which one in the long run is more effective? A species or the ecosystem? So can I say rural areas are a component of the settlement system? They are a component of a settlement system. If they are a component, and we must respect that, true or not? And another thing which was realized was that there was slow urbanization. And rural areas were turning into quasi-urban centers. So if we want to plan our urbanization, that is also unsustainable. So what do we need? For sustainable urbanization was missing. So should we integrate or not? Yes, sir. The gap between rural and urban development not addressed. If this gap is not addressed individually, need for integration. Need to integrate to fill up the gap. Is everyone okay? Which skill बढ़ाना हो, small scale industry or SMEs, whatever we are looking at, that needs to be the focus. That needs to be the focus. Do we get that? Thus, in the 5th plan, remember by that time, Indira Gandhi was talking about Garibi Hatao. Yes, she was talking about Garibi Hatao. Those were the Naras of 70s also. We also heard about, population control, sterilization, forceful sterilization. Now the Janata government comes. Janata Party government started integrated rural development program as a self-employment program. Get that? So start उन्होंने ऐसे किया था. Self-employment program. Who started fifth 5-year plan? Okay. Now everyone, tell me one thing. You are doing geography optional, and you ask me, sir, I have done geography optional. I can't do GS geography. Is it a healthy thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. If you have done geography optional, why can't you do general this thing, GS geography? What is the difference between GS geography and optional geography? Optional geography goes in deep. I'm putting you in debates. I'm putting you in brainstorming. I'm giving you assignments. General geography is about width, or GS geography is about width. They are more about facts. Yes or no? So will you have to add some facts or not? Will you have to add some latest facts, some MCQ practice and all that? True or not? Now, a student, he is aware that GS geography and optional geography have a connection. Okay? He's aware that they have a connection, and he is preparing accordingly. So he goes in depth in this, he goes in width in this, and he connects. In fact, when he is studying a topic from optional geography, he makes sure he covers from GS geography also. Get that? There's another student who has kept September for GS geography. Get that? And then October to February for optional geography. Get that? When he's doing optional geography, he's not bothered anything about GS geography. He just goes into class notes and PDF. A and B. Who's smarter? There is no connect between this thing. Who's smarter? Everyone is saying A is smarter. Yes or no? Can I say A is doing integrated preparation? A is doing integrated preparation. Now somebody says, sir, integrated, samajh nahi aaya. That is systems approach, no? Do not look at rural areas in isolation. They are a part of settlement. So see how rural areas interact with urban areas. Urbanization was happening at a slow pace, and without doing anything, rural areas were becoming big in size, and we were declaring them as census town. Yes or no? So was it actual urbanization? Was it giving them employment? Was it giving them quality of life? Was it really diversifying their economy? Was it causing industrialization? No, nothing was happening, but they were declared as urban. True or not? And the gap between rural and urban was constantly increasing. So what do we need? Integrated. Now somebody says, sir, integrated, समझ नहीं आया. अबे अंग्रेजी है यार. इसमें क्या बड़ी बात हो गई यार? ये समझ में आ गया. You understood what is A and B. This is integrated preparation. बताओ सर, integrated नहीं आया. Otherwise, the needs of rural areas to be met, keeping in mind what are the needs of that region. How can rural area be there? Remember, एक topic आया था पहले भी. मैंने आपको settlement में पढ़ाया है. Everyone, when I said there can be no smart cities without smart villages. Remember that? I said if you want the migration from the urban area to the urban area to stop, you must plan the rural areas also. True or not? You must be able to give those amenities to rural areas like PURA, providing urban amenities to rural areas. Did we talk about this or not? So now somebody in the class is unable to link. Think and link. That's very bad. ठीक है? So IRDP कैसे शुरू किया जनता सरकार ने? How did they start it? स्वरोजगार योजना as an employment scheme operated by DRDA, District Rural Development Authority. Operated or implemented by. Is everyone okay? So our syllabus says integrated rural development program करके छोड़ दिया. Our syllabus, UPSC syllabus, says integrated rural development program and tells us nothing about it. Now tell me, am I supposed to teach you what was IRDP as per the Janata government? Or have I already told you why it was rural, why it was integrated? Do you understand or not? Can I say the government came up with integrated rural development program as employment program? It came with a limited mandate. Yes or no? Can I say there is a lot more possible, but government offered it as what? Government offered it as self-employment program, that you go to the district rural development agency, their job is to get you a job. Is everyone okay? True. But soon it was realized that this project has a wider scope. Can you see that? This project has a wider scope. Yes, sir. Can I say it can cater to all sections, all sectors, and all regions? कर सकता है? Serve all sectors, all regions, and all sections. ठीक है? How will they work? Number one, work on agri and allied sector. Help them diversify. Agricultural diversification, will it provide employment or not? Will it provide employment? So rural areas, you have the product coming in. Can you start working on storage? Can you go for that mandi network? Yes. Distribution, warehousing, distribution. Can you go for some agro-based industries? Yes. Dairy को बढ़ावा दे सकते हो? कर सकते हैं, नहीं कर सकते? Agri and allied sector, help them diversify. उसके बाद क्या करेंगे? This will help in agri, will help in other sectors like rural industry to develop. Yes or no? This will lead to what? Employment diversification. Initially, you had only one job, go into the fields. But now, will there be employment diversification or not? You need not just be a farmer. Yes. You can become an arati also. You can go and manage the mandi. You can be a transporter. Possible. You can be associated with the industry. You can associate yourself with the agricultural industry marketing. Possible or not? What will this lead to? This will lead to your income going up. With income more, what will you have more? Savings will also go up. Yes or no? If savings are going up, tell me, will this help in commercializing agriculture? Remember, rural economy is based on barter trade. It is based on subsistence. Subsistence is I grow only for my needs, but now I have savings. I have surplus. Can I invest it? Yes or no? True or not? So the intention is this. Intention is that through self-employment, first of all, we must go and focus the agriculture sector, the rural areas, help them diversify, bring more employment diversification, more saving, and commercialize it. True or not? If commercialization happens, you have surplus. Can I say number 3, demand for rural commodities, will it increase? Will it lead to economic development? And everyone, remember demographic transition theory. First, we have economic development, and what comes from economic development? Social development. Will it come or not? This is integrated rural development program. Also, rural urban interdependence created. True or not? No, that's the intention. That's the intention. If plan chalega nahi chalega is a different thing, but that's what we're talking about. It is about that self-employment. Job milega, job se kya hoga? Savings hoga, savings se demand will increase, rural demand, and all those things will lead to the economic development of rural areas. From economic development, what will happen? Social development will also come. Everyone okay? So this was why. Everyone, did you pay attention to my question? Why? Why means what? Context. Why did IRDP come? Everything on this page is context. And how did it happen? This is content. Everyone with me on this? If any questions, please ask. If any questions, please ask. Okay. इसी के साथ fifth plan also brought an area-based planning approach. It started with identification of backward districts, drought-prone area program. So fifth plan में आ गया था. Fifth plan से ये चल रहा था. Yes. They also created small and marginal farmers development agency, SMFDA, small and marginal farmer development agency. so they are already working on that. यहीं पर हमारे पास ड्रॉट प्रोन एरिया है. फोर्थ और फिफ्थ लिख रहा हूँ. आई एम नॉट getting stuck on this. I said, like up to this, we are looking at that. Where is the plan? Third plan we are here. Until the fourth and fifth plan, there were problems which were being created. So we are looking at those solutions, and those solutions are coming. And you need not be stuck to these plans. So you can just say that the plan started, fifth plan started, or fifth plan laid the roots of IRDP that was started by Janata Party government as this. Is everyone okay? Just a modification so that you unnecessarily don't have to memorize the dates and the plans. Fifth plan laid the foundation, the roots of this IRDP through special area programs, so desert development programs and everything we are looking at, that is going to be there. Okay, so if you ask me, when did it start? It actually starts in the sixth plan. Starts in sixth plan. Is everyone okay? And this was also the first time. So let's write somewhere else. Fourth and was area-based planning, and in the sixth plan, first time government came up with National Rural Employment Program. National Rural Employment Program. Get that? In form of IRDP, Integrated Rural Development Program. If you're looking at the sequence, this is how they have brought. In the fourth and fifth plan, what had come? Area development approach, we had the desert development program coming in, tribal development program coming in, hill area development program. So that was in your fifth plan we talked about. Is everyone okay? So fourth plan onwards, the work on identifying the backward districts, small and marginal farmer development agency, and all those were being created. Finally, in the fifth plan, we had the desert, tribal, and all those things coming. Everyone okay with this? Integrated Rural Development Program. Now, today, what has it taken the shape of? So, idea to National Rural Development Program mein aaya ho. Yes, no? Makes sense. Now, what happens? Please write down. Subsequently, numerous programs have been created under various government schemes. Having a component of the integrated rural development. Post liberalization, the government's role has reduced as the market forces and private sector took over. The government resorted to indicative planning. Post eighth plan. Eighth plan के बाद government ने indicate करना शुरू किया. Government is not acting, but they are indicating it. Get that? In this, the urban centers became the growth engines. Once again, leaving behind became the growth engines. Once again, leaving behind the rural areas. During this time, government came up with schemes like राष्ट्रीय कृषि विकास योजना, CADP, Command Area Development Program. NWDP, National Watershed Development Program. Get it? Along with various employment generation programs. In fact, along with employment generation programs. In fact, in the 10th plan, realizing the need for development, realizing the special need for development of the backward regions, realizing special need of development for backward regions, the government came up with Rashtriya Sam Vikas Yojana. Sam means Samanta. Rashtriya Sam Vikas Yojana to counter inter and intrastate disparities in an integrated manner. However, the need of IRDP as an employment generation program was still felt, and in the 11th plan, government created a backward region grant fund. Okay? And it was in this plan, Mahatma Gandhi Narega was made a legal right. Mahatma Gandhi Narega was made a legal right. Certain states like Bihar were given special support. And this special package was later on extended in the 12th plan to West Bengal and Bundelkhand region. The present government scheme like Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, Jan Dhan Yojana, Soil Health Card Scheme, PMKCC, ये पहले से, this is an old one, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Credit Card Yojana, PM Kisan, National Horticulture Mission, Cotton Mission, etc. are all aimed at integrated rural development and promotion of good governance and agrarian reforms in rural areas. Everyone with me on this? Has it been successful? Are we successful in this? Everyone will be happy. आज बहुत सारे notes लिखे मैंने. Are we successful in this? So no means we have failed. Can I say it hasn't given universal results? Can I say that it hasn't given us universal results? Non-uniform results have come. Non-uniform results have come. The intention was right, but still we are looking at the kind of dynamism that is there in society, in economy, in political administrative aspects. There's still a long way to go. Yes or no? So I think integrated rural development is still a far-fetched thing. Abhi thoda time lagega. It is non-universal. I don't think so that everything has happened uniformly, but it will happen with time. So I think abhi IRDP still lacks spatial orientation and equity orientation. There are implementation issues or execution issues which are still there. Everyone okay? Okay, then what do we have? Regional inequalities. Some solutions I thought of, solutions to these regional imbalances. From this discussion, you can take things further. It is now accepted that henceforth the state will play a less active role. Do we all understand? In the post-liberalization phase, state will be less active. Yes or no? So if we are able to provide adequate infrastructure facilities, yes or no, to the lagging regions, this step in itself will bring equitable regional development. Yes or no? और ये तो सेंटर करेगा, स्टेट भी करेगा. Can this be government led? True or not? Now everyone, you know that one of the way of coming out of recession is spending. Can I say one of the way of coming out of the recession is spending? If the spending is higher by the government, can we say that will generate employment, that will generate a lot of what should I say, capital goods for the country? Yes or no? This time, if the government does that, and which the government is also doing that, if you have heard of that national infrastructural pipeline, so it is the government who's willing to take extra fiscal deficit. Do you know if the government spends more, there will be fiscal deficit? But fiscal deficit is for the things fixed capital. There is something called as current account deficit. Current account deficit is import-export. But there is fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is something which the government is spending into solid assets. So if the government gives good infrastructure facilities, if our rural areas are given better infrastructure facilities, greater connectivity and industry integration, will that help or not? Another solution which I have is shift from central to multi-level planning. The district development authorities must be made fully functional with the responsibility and power to draw up local plans. So district development authorities, अब उसको state control कर रहा है, true or not? But if district development authorities are given the power to draw those local plans, arrange finances, will that be better or not? Local information base and decision-making capacity should reach out. This will be a more participatory process. And especially tell me for integrated rural development program, if rural people are not made aware of it, not made party of it, how will they go to the next level? Would they adopt that agricultural diversification that we are talking about? Would they adopt that, agricultural industrialization? Will there be risk-taking attitude? That has to be there. That has to be there. True or not? So I remember, one of my students was there. He had gone from Labasna. So they sent them to village visits. Get that? So he said, sir, one very big thing which I saw in my village visit was lack of aspiration in the youth. So when we go over there, when they see young IAS officers, we ask them, पढ़ते हो क्या? उन्होंने कहा, पढ़ के क्या मिले? हम तो यहीं पर खाना मिल जाता है, क्या दिक्कत? So that lack of aspiration is there. So how do we create those role models? We need to have citizens looking into this. Okay, so this becomes my third one: training and motivating people. Managing these institutions as part of the importance of creation of human capital. Human capital बनाइए. That is why I say the role of a teacher is very big. A teacher is actually making human capital. Please don't see teaching as probably someone giving you, some economic returns. And I really want to congratulate people who have been submitting their assignments. There are many people who are into jobs or whatever, assignment नहीं करने, सिर्फ class करें, they appreciate the class also. But then the fact is, the class will be able to make the desired changes in you only when you go through those assignments. और अगर आप पढ़ना चाहते हो, आप एक टीचर बनना चाहते हो, आपको तो सबसे पहले assignment submit करनी चाहिए. True or not? Tell me the assignment which you submit for your homework. Can you use it in your teaching also? True. So I remember there was this girl. She was in my offline classes. I think I knew her almost for 2 years because she was in the GS course, then in the optional course also. And she was pretty inspired and everything. So when she wrote her answers, I found those answers very, very immature. So I gave her a lot of feedback and everything. And then I told her that you should prepare. So she came and she wanted the admission in Masterstroke. At that time, Masterstroke test series, we had kept those programs on. Now I have closed them. So I said, but you are not prepared. She said, no, sir, I am prepared. I will do it. And I know Masterstroke will change everything for me. And by that time, she had given prelims. Result was not coming. At that time, the result had not come. So not coming any soon. So she joined Masterstroke. She wrote the first test and I just, like read the answers and I said, she's my student. Kya padha raha tha yaar main? Okay. So anyways, I checked and returned. Second test, I called her up. I said, why aren't you prepared? At least read something. After that, prelims result came and she did not qualify. So she stopped writing test. After that, she did not write the test. When 4 or 5 tests were over, I sent her a message that you've stopped writing the test. Why? As it is, you have been my student and your preparation should be going on. So why have you stopped? So she said, sir, actually, I had done this B.Ed and now there was an opening in some Uttar Pradesh college for a geography teacher. Now I become a geography teacher. I say, congratulations. She did not know how to write a simple geography answer. She was a graduate or maybe a postgraduate in geography. Human capital that is coming out from our schools and colleges is really questionable. People opting for teaching, not as an opportunity to make a difference, but just as a profession. Kiya thode time tak till I get my good job. As I said, it's not a career by choice, by default. Till I get something better, let me teach. Kuch rozi roti to nikle. If that is there, then neither will be able to train nor motivate people to bring out their best. So think about it. Well-focused, well-managed, proactive local institutions would be best placed to eradicate inequality. Devolution of, so local institutions create career, devolution of power, political, administrative, financial power. Do you think the country is going more towards devolution of power or more towards centralization? In fact, our constitution also was it biased towards the center or not? Yes or no? GST is a center tax. Even financial powers, which through constitution states enjoyed a lot of powers, now they also have been ceded through GST. So many things which we are looking at, and seriously, the issue of multi-level planning has to be addressed. Finally, it must be pointed out that the development process in India has suffered from misplaced view. There was a misplaced view. What is the misplaced view? That high growth can be only at the cost of inequality. That development will happen with degeneration. That is what we believe. We are okay with it. We are okay with, Adani becoming the third richest person in the world. We are very happy. We are willing to clap for it. Yes, and we are not ashamed of people who are dying because of shortage of essential medicines. People who are dying because of social taboos. Yes, but हमें ये अच्छा लगा वो जो है वर्ल्ड में नंबर 3 रिचेस्ट हो रहा है. अच्छी बात है, वो तो हो ही रहा है. बट वी आर सेइंग अगर अमीर बनना है तो आपको अपना कैरेक्टर, आपको अपना टाइम, आपको सब कुछ चेंज करना होगा. क्यों चेंज करना? Why should I change? Why should I change? The empirical association between periods of growth and inequality is because none of these issues were given due attention wholeheartedly. Nobody was talking about growth and inequality together, rather one causing the other. The fact is that there is no trade-off between them. There is no trade-off between them. Yes, so I want to ask you, choose between your father and mother. वो बच्चे से माँ बाप question करते हैं ना when the kid is small. Who do you love more, Papa or Mama? And the kid is like very sad. He loves both of them. True or not? I'm saying we have really not treated equality at the same way we have treated growth. We were okay with growth at any cost. I'm saying growth with equality would, if that was our priority, that would have happened. True or not? So if this is the size, and if I'm creating one growth pole over here, if equality was my idea, I will create 4 of them, 5 of them. True or not? Maybe smaller ones. Why create a big one? Will there be a balanced development or not? Possible or not? Very much possible. I think that solution, if we are looking at, so everyone, what do we get? एक तो infrastructure दे दो, which the government is doing. I'm very glad on that. Multi-level planning exists in constitution and in papers and in all legal this thing, but the citizen participation is low. I would also say that citizen participation will not be meaningful if the human capital is not developed. Citizen participation should not be mobocracy. It is not the mob doing something. It has to be people who think and aware. Then that can happen. Institutions should be devolved. We are looking so much control of institution from the top. No institution is working on bringing that decentralized which is needed. Programs to reduce regional development. What are these? One is the integrated area approach, like the integrated rural development program. Do you get that? So we are looking at integrated area, and then there can be spatial integration in sectoral plans. This I've already told you. Integrated area approach are one of the important measures for reducing regional disparity. In this, I've already talked about hill, drought-prone, tribal areas with concentration of marginal and small farmer. Everyone okay? We were talking about this. Another can be sectoral one. Several programs specially designed to promote balanced regional development were integrated within sectoral program. Say, for example, community development program was all. That was generally, this was the most one. First, but generic. Later on, industrial location, industrial sector, intensive agriculture development program. So that is agriculture sector. So that can also be there. Is everyone okay? So this was about integrated planning. This was about, something where we have reached in our planning and what we should do. Appraisal of the plan till now, if they ask you critical appraisal. Outcome of Indian planning has been a mixed bag. Can I say that? So I'll not say yes or no. Success on one side and reverse on the other side. We can take pride on being self-sufficient in food, yes or no? We are expanding, diversifying and dispersing our industrial base. Do we agree? True or not? When we were talking about vaccine, when we are talking about defense-related industries, India is really doing well. Yes or no? Not only that, other industries also, but I'm saying, these are on this recently we stood out. Yes or no? Containing the inflation rate. Have you heard of, inflation going into, like almost 17-18% in Europe, and in India we are able to control it better. The high rate of capital formation. Capital formation, Indians are jorus. जो भी पैसा मिलता है जोड़ जोड़ के we are good saving people, and that is why like when global economy the government had to dole out a lot of them, at least the middle class was able to support itself. It is unfortunately the poor, the unorganized sector which really got a very big hit during the COVID. Reducing poverty ratios as well as regional disparity, yes, at a very slow rate, at a slower than expected rate. True or not? And whenever we want to reduce poverty, what do? We change the poverty line itself. No issues. Poverty line niche kar do. Number of poor will reduce. That's a sad thing. And poverty is not just material poverty. Do we understand that? Poverty is not just material poverty. Our definition of poverty is, say, for example, that day I said 28 rupees. It is just about money. Poverty has to be, it also has to be multidimensional. Have you heard of that multidimensional poverty? So all those things should also be looked into. And definitely, as the meaning of development is changing, we are looking at multidimensional aspects of poverty also. That is there. On the reverse side, I think lower than all the targets, be it agriculture, be it industry, we have mostly skipped industry. Yes or no? Service is one good area. The country could not achieve, this is one very sad thing which I feel, country could not achieve growth with equity. We will achieve growth without equity. Sustained efforts are needed to reduce the visible disparity. True. And is India the only country which is caught in this? Or can I say most of the countries have traded between growth and equity? Yes or no? Even the so-called communist socialist countries. Do you think Russia aren't there the oligarchs, we call them the oligarchs, the rich moneyed people? And do they have a great influence on the politics of Russia? Similarly in China. So it is very utopian to think sab jagah saman hoga or Ram Raj is a very utopian thing. But I really feel that this is inhuman. All of us human beings who've taken birth, I think we have right to all the choices and opportunities which all others have. Unfortunately, the world is not so fair. I don't see people in Syria or Yemen having the same rights and choices and opportunities which people in India, people in developed world have. True or not? So that way we live in an unfair world, but I'm not bothered about the world. I'm very proud of my country, and I have love for every citizen of this country. So why should I tolerate inequity here? If India can give me choices, why cannot give those choices to any of my brother or sister? Yes, if that requires some planning, if that requires a people's movement, if that requires our involvement, why not? Why not? अपने लिए तो सब जीते. Even animals live for themselves, a selfish existence. Power-hungry leaders will always be power-hungry. Corrupt bureaucrats will always be corrupt bureaucrats. But have we seen people with integrity? People who think of the country before themselves. It's not about people who talk of country before themselves. It's about people who really act in that way. They do not share the limelight. They do not come on the screen, but they are the force that keeps India where India is. True. चलिए. एक sectoral area plan और था आज के उसमें. Can we look at hill area development program? Which plan? Can I say fifth plan में शुरू हुआ? Yes. So when I talked about integrated rural development program, I said why? Why do we need that? So we said rural areas have been left behind. Can I say hill area development program? Why do we need that? Because there are some problems. Yes. Did all of us started the class with that or not? Some of you might be wondering, sir, I'm very tired. Khatam kar do class. I'm saying I started the class with this. I know towards the end, I started the class with this. I've already done this. So crucial environmental problems in the hills are deforestation, soil erosion, drying up of water sources, flash floods, decline in the yield of food and crash crop fodder, fuel, and everything. Do we agree? Poverty in the hills is directly related to shortage of materials. Yes or no? Especially where under the traditional land and water management system, the capacity of land to produce the population has already been exceeded. Can I say limited carrying capacity? Please do not convert everything into a hill station. Shimla does not have water for its own residents. How will it give water to those people who go on to party in Shimla? In many hills, intensive human and livestock pressures along with indiscriminate felling of trees. I told you overgrazing and deforestation for commercial purposes have already led to the loss of soil and rapid depletion and destruction. Yes or no? Their productivity is going down. And generally they are dependent on livestock and cattle. Yes or no? Livestock and cattle. Now the number of cattle in the hills is increasing. More pressure on the grazing lands. Yes or no? So what is the need? They must be integrated fodder and cattle feed development, stall feeding, उनके बच्चों को भी खिलाना हो, scientific grazing. The land and livestock management system has to improve. That is not improving. Do we agree or not? So this is technical language. That was general language. Can you pick up from here? Again, the same scheme. Why this scheme? Because there are problems. Can you see these problems are not the rural problems? Very clearly related to poverty, relating to carrying capacity, relating to ecological damage. Yes or no? Relating to need of integration. What are the ecological problems? Let me tell you. Traditional agricultural practices like shifting cultivation. Yanachi, answer me. Do you know where you will talk about? Northeast Himalayan states, you can where you will talk about. Another thing is seemingly harmless grazing of livestock. Goats and sheep, कोई tension नहीं है. Please get that. They further expose the hills for ecological degradation. Seemingly harmless. क्या कर रहा है? बकरी चला रहा है. बकरी काफी खतरनाक है. Yes or no? Grazing. And what about these? Remember, Indian State of Forest Report 2021 says that the forest in all Northeast states has come down. Yes or no? Have you read that? Indian State of Forest Report 2021 says forest in Northeast have come down. One reason is shifting cultivation. Other reason is development activities like building roads, dams, large medium industries. Do we get that? True or not? These factors have impaired the ecology significantly. मुझे अच्छा लगा phrase impaired the ecology. Please use it significantly and also resulted in deterioration of economic condition. Can I say beautiful connection between ecology proportional to economy when it comes to hill areas? They are connected. Please do not be foolish that we can extract some economic gains from these hilly areas without paying an ecological cost. Think about it. Is an ecological cost worth paying? So how will we know that cost? There is a tool that tells you to find out the cost. Yes or no? EIA is a tool or not? And generally the government uses this tool or bypasses this tool. Bypasses this tool. When the government bypasses this tool, the cost of environment is borne by the government or by the people. Now, this is called externalization of ecological cost. Let me give you an example. Center government in the center promises citizens of India, great tourism experience. Yes or no? Center is doing that and we are all happy. We are clapping. Wow. Kashmir में भी खोला, Uttarakhand में भी खोला, Northeast में भी खोलेगा, सब जगह पे we are super happy. Everyone, is there an ecological cost for that Chardham Pariyojana, Chardham Yatra? EIA will tell us the cost. What did we do to EIA? Bye bye EIA. Is everyone okay? Now that project is on. Project in Kashmir is on. Project in Arunachal Pradesh is on. Project in Northeast is on. Project in Uttarakhand is on. Is everyone okay with that? I am a smiling tourist. I am from Madhya Pradesh. I am from Tamil Nadu. I am from Maharashtra. I am from West Bengal. I reach these hilly areas. Yes or no? I enjoy. I pollute them. Yes, and I come back. Who bears the cost of any disaster, any problem over there? The local people. That land, that ecosystem. So everyone, have I passed on the ecological cost? Have I passed on the ecological cost without the permission and knowledge of the local people and local ecosystem? The cost of everything onto them. Is it fair? That is why the clause of discussion with people, citizen survey and consultation, which EIA ensures. अब बताइए सारा cost जो है, all the cost, be it a landslide, locals in Shimla, locals in Himachal Pradesh are out on protest. We don't want these roads. We don't want this infrastructure. We know what are the problems. You people will come only in summer holidays. We live here throughout the year. The government will say fringe element. The day will come, they will call them urban Naxals also. These people are against development. Tell me, being with ecology, how can I be against development? Do I have a right to be my own safeguard? So think about this is externalization of ecological cost, which very smartly is done. And there are sections of society, be it the hill region, be it the tribal region, be it the backward region, be it the disempowered population, which will have to bear this cost, whether they want or not. When these big projects like Narmada project and all that, these are there, villages are drowned. Yes or no? Villages डूब जाएंगे, वहां के लोगों के सब livelihood चला जाएगा. Are they rehabilitated? Do you know of them? When Panna Tiger Reserve will be submerged part of it, what will happen? Are you bothered? For you, it still remains a picnic spot. Yes or no? Who has externalized it? Nobody knows. Hill area development. Major challenge of hill area development is suitable location-specific solutions. Get that? Say as to reverse the degradation process and ensure sustainable development. ये चाहिए वहां पर. We cannot apply the solutions which are here, the solutions of the plains to the hill areas. Yes, so this program has been in inception since the 5th five-year plan. The basic objective of this plan was socio-economic development of hills and the people living in harmony with ecological development. Very beautiful objective. Objective is A, economic development, and B, The programs implemented under HADP have therefore aimed at promoting basic life support system with sustainable use. Tell me, have we been successful or failed? Miserably. Miserably or not? In fact, किसी hill station का कोई plan है ही नहीं. There is no tourist plan, there is no transport plan, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Disasters happen at tourist destinations. If flood come, people will die. If landslide happen, people will die. On the traffic jam, they are waiting on the roads. There they can die. Everything can happen. And the local people, unfortunately, वो भी मर रहे. HADP has evolved over time. So starting में क्या हुआ था? Economic and ecological. This program implemented during 5th plan was mainly beneficiary oriented, with the emphasis shifted to economic development in 6th plan. 6th plan में economic development. 7th plan में it focused on ecology and environment. Yes, sir? We talked about eco restoration, eco preservation, eco development. कितना बढ़िया eco लिखा हमने. It aimed at evolving plans and programs to care for socio-economic development of infrastructure with ecology. देखो, on the paper it is so beautiful, economy and ecology. In reality, you and I know that. 8th plan attention was to focus on modernizing the agricultural practices and small-scale industries, cottage industries at these levels. So somebody was talking about cottage. So promote cottage, promote cottage. मैं कह रहा हूँ कि सारे के सारे में in all this, why they are not talking about ecotourism? Why they are not talking about sustainable industrialization? Why they are not talking about economy with equity? ये तो डाल दिया. होगा, but करो ना practical. What was the approach? Let us see what was the approach. Halt degradation of hills. Alright? No. Innovative approach for family planning. Remember, their population should not increase. Do you think it is the hill people who are their population has increased, or we outsiders जो उधर पहुंच जाते suddenly pressure बढ़ाने के लिए? Do you think hill people population is increasing too much? यार population तो density तो बिहार में, hill में तो वैसे ही कम है. But yeah, definitely family planning should be there. Afforestation program should be popularized in panchayat and at the school level. What should they grow? Fodder, edible fruits, leaves, flowers. That must be encouraged. वो लोकल अपने आप ही कर रहे हैं. Appropriate technology should be given to them. Technology on hills. I hope so. Use of appropriate technology to upgrade traditional productive systems. Yes, they are still into traditional system, handicrafts and all those things. That should be there. And I told you that limited things have been there. Not much success has been. Extension service should be there. Educate people about how to be sustainable. Trust me, the hill people are more sustainable in their thinking. It is we people who will go and dirty the place. It is we people who will smoke the bidi and throw it there, and the forest fire will happen. उनको तो पता है जब forest fire होता है उनका सब जलता है. True or not? In order to reduce the pressure on land, the quality of livestock, goats, sheep, pigs must be improved. Yes, sir? That must be improved, and their numbers must be reduced. There's an urgent need to relating to the livestock population. That I understand the carrying capacity which they're looking at. We need not have too much of cattle burden on that. The productivity of the pastures and grazing land should also be increased and restored. I agree on that. Very important issue there is energy, and we must work on non-conventional energy. Do we agree or not? Very important issue is water requirement. We must work on watershed development, and those people are doing that. Very important issue is food security. सच में food का shortage हो जाता है. So horticulture, sericulture, plantation are a part of hill area development program. Area specific marketing infrastructure, especially for perishable product, that should be there. Have you seen those hill area marketing those cooperatives? Yes, sir? So apple and other things, fruit jam, fruit squash and all those things. So that should be there. Their processing, storage, packaging. Suitable non-wood based packaging material. Now, when we are talking about, plastic could be increasingly used as a viable, but now I would say not even plastic, because plastic has been a bigger nuisance than this. So it should not be a forest based, it should not be plastic based either. We need to find some real good solutions. Okay, that many hill areas seem to be suited for industries that require pollution free. So some industry can be there. I think cottage industry like carpet weaving, handloom, handicraft, village and household industry, that is also a part of that. Due to higher transportation costs, industries which reduce weight, so weight losing industries should not be there, but जो आगे reduce करते हैं वो होने चाहिए. Large and medium industries are not there, not suitable for these areas. Rubber plantation can be there, sericulture can be there, tourism can be there, but again, as I said, sustainable tourism. Is everyone okay? One more sheet, so everything for your this thing has been there. Large projects should not be there. Yes, there are intense tectonic issues, so that should be kept in mind. And one very important thing is most of the men from the village, they migrate out. Who's left behind? Women are left behind. So policies should be made keeping in view the women, and they have to collect fuel, wood, water, tending to livestock. So how can that happen? These are the components of hill area development program. Is everyone okay? Did I give you some comprehensive understanding of integrated rural area as well as hill area? So everyone, going back to the syllabus where I talked about the homework, next class, 5th, I will try to keep a special session. I wanted everyone to work on this homework. Where is the syllabus? RDP from Kuller? Yes. And 33 natural regions. Can we do that? You can submit to me. Don't wait for submitting in the end. साथ साथ में करते रहिए. keep on submitting whatever you are able to finish. I would strongly recommend people who are listening to me even on recording, please summarize. सिर्फ खुल्लर को पढ़िए नहीं, summarize, send summary, no problem. By sending me, it is just a way, it is just an instrument that you are doing it. So that's why I invite them, and yes, you will get your feedback on that. So thank you, bye bye, take care, and wish you a very constructive 3 days holiday. Bye bye.